Lamont Marshall. Lamont, how did it feel out there today?
I feel blessed. I thank God for so many years just allowing me to showcase my talents. I'm getting older, but I'm still getting stronger. I was able to defend my title. So grateful for my sponsors, each and every one of them, for financing my athletic endeavors. My family and friends really supported me throughout the entire course. I was pleased with the victory all in all, and my time as my fastest so far. Yes, I was going for sub 110. I went out aggressive and went for it, and I wouldn't change anything. I had to go out. I wanted to really attack the first 5 miles because they was kind of forgiving and flat the first 3. Coming over Francis Patton, I know I was still on time for sub 110. I might have started to fade after flats, but at that point, I just didn't want to sort of totally sort of die on. So as long as I maintained a halfway decent pace to secure the victory, I was pleased. So overall this season, this is a great way to cap it off. I had 2 national records in 5 and 15K. Win May 24th and defend my title out of the East and West. Overall, a great season for me.
I think you might be the first person to win East and West since they've gone to that format.
And like I said earlier, great job to the committee. I think they've done everything right. I've seen the website. It's second to none. It's a really good website. It's got all the information there. They've taken the initiative to bump up the prize money. They've both courses are certified. It's very traditional and cultural coming out of both the East and West. And like you said, now being the first person to double up coming from both ends, it's a special day for me.
Of your 3 victories that you've had, which one is the most meaningful to you?
This was the most comfortable. I was under a lot of stress and pressure in 2016 because I had never won the race. I felt comfortable, relatively speaking, the whole way. I did die on and I wasn't able to maintain my pace, but it was definitely, I felt like as if I ran within myself. I don't think I could have really run too much faster if someone was pushing me. I don't know. Sometimes, it's mind over matter. But overall, I would definitely say to win it the 3rd time is the more special for me.
How difficult is it to keep concentrating when you make a break from everybody else and you've lost contact with them, to keep concentrating and strive for your goal?
You don't want any mental lapses. Like you said, you don't want to start micing and go from a 5:30 to a 6:30 mile. My main goal was not to dwell on my watch. A few of those miles, I was looking at my watch every mile, a few of them every other mile, just to get in a rhythm and run how I felt, as opposed to panic and say, oh, wow, I'm losing time, so panic and start, rushing in, cramp up, or, really died on. So overall, I think I maintained concentration pretty good as I could.
Now, with 3 victories, you move up the echelon of May 24th winners. How does that feel to join an elite company of runners?
It's everything. Everything. I've always looked to be a record breaker. Each and every year on the track and on the roads, I try to break records, and many of them are now my own national records. So to say that I won it back to back and now my 3rd time, it's only a small amount of athletes. Bermuda's greats, Bermuda's legends that have done it. So I'm glad to join that history book as well.
On the course from the east, what's the toughest part of it?
I would say coming up past Devonshire Church, because it's where it's placed. You've been running for almost an hour, and it's not so much as how it's a steady incline, but you've been running for so long. It's one thing. Burnt House is maybe mile 6 or 7. This comes at mile 9 or 10, so it's late in the race. And it's tough because it breaks your rhythm. It's not all incline. It levels up and then goes back up. So that's definitely was the most challenging course for me.
I know this course, a lot of people seem to think it's a little bit easier because it doesn't have Burnt House Hill and the other conditions. Do you think this one is easier than running from Somerset?
When I say easy, I mean marginally. I don't think any course, maybe International Race Weekend that's a pretty decent course, but I would say out of the East is marginally easier, but not easy, if that makes sense.
Because this race has been run so few times, is there a challenge in the fact that there's not a lot of history on this side of it.
It's May 24th at the end of the day. The crowd was awesome. My main goal today was just to retain and defend my title. So things like that, I think that it's no matter where you run May 24th, it's history. I mean, this is the 110th year. I personally can't tell you another race in the world that's been run 110 times. So the history of it is there.
How special is it every year when you run by the family camp there on Cedar Avenue, and this year they had shirts with your photo on it? Is that a boost, or how do you feel when you go by your family?
I mean, it's definitely a incredible feeling just to know that you have family, friends, fans, supporters that wake up well before the race. They secure the site. I mean, I know my Aunt Sharon's been there on Cedar Avenue for almost over 30 years. They have banners, T-shirts. It's like you just said, it's so special. It's nothing. No other race you're going to get this. It's never going to be anything to top it, and I can't even explain it. You can only see how it feels on camera.
Now, you came here, and you're in the Bernard Park, and a lot of the junior runners who ran the Heritage Day Classic are coming up. They're wanting to take photos with you. They're wanting to do videos with you. How does that make you feel like they look up to you?
To look at me as a role model is so special. I believe it was on Tuesday. I was a part of the Purvis Primary School. They had an assembly, and it was based on Bermudians of excellence. And I was just touched, man. If I can inspire somebody and be a role model, I mean, that's extremely good for me. I want to see these sport grow. So if I can help and give just encouragement, I don't really like to give advice because I'm not their coach. I remember how that felt, older guys sort of being overbearing and giving advice. So I just want to give encouragement to each and every one of them that participated, that have the lust and the energy to run. Just continue to do it. I mean, sky's the limit in this sport.
Last question, I'll let you go and celebrate with the rest of your family. The kids are now looking up to you as a hero, but when you were their age, who was your race hero?
It's hard to say because whoever won May 24th was always my hero. So it was never one. I remember young, when Tracy Wright was winning it, Kevin, of course, Mike Watson. So I never really attached myself to one person. It was always the winner. Like everybody likes to see a winner, and that was always it for me. So that's how I know how it is as a young person going up to the winner. And now in this social media and technological, it's all, like you said, pictures and videos. And I love it, just to share so they can share the videos and be encouraged. 20, 30 years from now, when they're winning the race, they can look back and say, look, I had a picture with Lamont Marshall.
So yeah, you can fans can Google it or hashtag it and see Lamont Marshall, and they'll probably see lots of photos and things. Congratulations again, Lamont. We're going to speak with Sean Trott now.